Good morning, today is Tuesday the 9th of June and today we're going to be reading chapters 16 and 17 of our book. Chapter 16 is called Spying Through a Keyhole. Buckingham Palace was eerie at the best of times, and especially at night. Alfred made his way down the long, sweeping staircase, treading on each step lightly in case it made a sound. He patted his top pocket. The pad and pencil he needed for taking notes was still there. As Alfred drew nearer and nearer to the ballroom, he noticed there were some sounds coming from it. So, when he reached the huge wooden floor, he knelt down and peeped through a keyhole. The entire room was illuminated by candles. They had been placed on the floor in some kind of formation, perhaps in the shape of a star. It was difficult to tell exactly. Members of the Royal Guard stood to attention as the Lord Protector, with an old red leather book in his hand for reference, was marking the floorboards with chalk. So, the Lord Protector was behind all those strange markings. But what on earth was he drawing or writing? And what was the mysterious Book of Albion? When the Lord Protector had finished, the wooden floor was covered in chalk markings. Then he gestured to a group of guards who were standing in the corner of the ballroom. On cue, they lifted a tall stone statue from behind them and placed it in the exact spot carefully indicated by the Lord Protector. Alfred immediately recognised it. It was a statue of a beast, but not just any beast, a griffin. Half lion and half eagle, the griffin was a symbol of divine power, a power that is impossible to imagine, a power over life and death, a power to create or destroy the universe. Alfred recognised that particular stone statue of the griffin. It had once sat on the front wall of the Buckingham Palace, but, like many valuable artefacts, it had been moved for safety inside. Next, the members of the Royal Guard took their positions around the ballroom, like figures on a chessboard. Then, on the Lord Protector's signal, they began to sing. Alfred tuned his ear in as much as he could. It wasn't a song exactly, but more of a chant. The noise they made was unsettling, as if they were conjuring someone from the dead. The Lord Protector began reading aloud from the book. He was speaking in some ancient language. The sound of his voice and the chanting from the royal guards grew louder and louder until a figure appeared from the tall double doors in the far end of the ballroom. It was a man, bathed in the light of 1,000 candles burning behind him. He was barefoot, wearing pyjamas. From his long grey beard, Alfred immediately recognised him. It was his father, the king. Chapter 17 is called The Beast of Fire. The king looked as if he was sleepwalking as he moved straight towards the Lord Protector, stopping in the dead centre of the ballroom. Alfred felt a pain in his heart. It was horrible seeing his own father look so lost. The chanting grew louder and louder as the king held out his hand. One of the royal guards passed the Lord Protector a medieval sword. It had a distinctive jewelled handle which glistened with all the colours of the rainbow. Then the man took the weapon and slowly cut the king's hand. Slice. Alfred winced from behind the doors. He spied on his father's blood, and it trickled from his hand. The Lord Protector then guided the king's hand until it was directly over the griffin. Drip, drip, drip. The blood spilled on the head of the statue. Then, as if by magic, all the candles in the ballroom went out at once, and the room was plunged into darkness. Out of the gloom, something began to take shape. At first, it was nothing more than a flame. Then the flames grew and grew, higher and higher. The heat and light of the flames felt like 100 times hotter and brighter than a roaring fire. The flames were gold, a gold fire. Alfred closed his eyes behind the keyhole for fear of being blinded, but as much as he couldn't look, he had to. He rubbed his eye before putting it back to the keyhole. The flames were taking shape of a beast. A winged beast, a beast made of fire, the most powerful beast in the universe, the griffin, and it was alive. So that took us to the end of that chapter. Another short chapter, wasn't it? But next in the book, which is quite exciting, we are now on to part 2, the power over life and death. So, hope you're all okay. Don't forget to send me your work, guys. Missing you loads and loads and loads.